Welcome to NKTelco Sports, presented by Grand Lake Health. We're here at Lima Bath High School to bring you high school girls sectional basketball tournament action. Hardin Northern, the Polar Bears, will take on the new Bremen Cardinals. Tonight's game is brought to you by American Trim, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, NKTelco, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Clyde Gym, Precision Strip, Schwederman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Ferguson Construction, Fowler's TV, Wilson Health, Cy Schwederman, Carriage Works, Kogi Heating and Plumbing, Wayne Trail, Cargill, Wagner's IGA, SecureCom, St. Henry Bank, The Spot, and St. Mary's Foundry. Hello everybody, Dean Jackson along with Jeff Henshin as we bring you tonight's game. It's the Hardin Northern Polar Bears, the new Bremen Cardinals. We'll come back with our keys to the game in a moment. But Jeff, we have got a couple teams that are going in opposite directions.
Yeah, we do. Hardin Northern comes in struggling. They've won just 6 of their 22 games. New Bremen, on the other hand, has won some games. They're 13-9 now, albeit New Bremen started off this season 5-0 before they lost their first game. So, with that said, they're 8-9 basically since that time. So they've had some up and downs as well, but when they get things rolling, New Bremen's a very tough team to beat. They are led by Madison Cordonier with over 12, nearly 13 points a game. Does a lot of things well. Kaylee Friend also is an athletic person that can get up and down the floor. So if they get in those situations, those two can get in a groove. They're pretty tough to beat. And Hardin Northern, again, struggling this year. Just not a lot of right things going correct for them on offense. They have trouble scoring, but they're going to try to bounce back tonight. They have a nice player in Maddie Grappy, a junior that averages nearly 18 points a game. So, their offense goes through them, and they're going to have her on all cylinders, if you will, their whole team, and bring their A-plus game against, on paper, a better New Bremen team, a higher seeded team in the Cardinals. So the Hardin Northern Polar Bears, relax, play your game, and it's a new season. Forget about the past regular season and try to build on this and get some quality possessions.
And just as we put this one in perspective, out of the last 10 games, Hardin Northern has won 1. They've lost 5 straight. They won 1 dating back to January 21st, and before that, they had a 4-game losing skid.
Yeah, it makes it tough to get a lot of momentum when you can't quite ever get a string of good quality wins, good games put together. It makes it tough, and again, you got to kind of have a short memory. Those losses, you hope, will turn into some sort of positive teaching points, and relate that to positive play on the court, and the end result is get some wins. That's what it's all about. But yeah, tough to do that when you can't get it together at any point in the season, especially late in the season.
Let's take a look at those keys to the game now, if we can. Again, it's New Bremen, the Cardinals, and Hardin Northern, the Polar Bears, as we take a look at the keys to tonight's game.
Well, for the Polar Bears, they want to make sure, obviously, they get off to a good start. Offense is not that good for them, so you hate to dig a hole and expect an offense that struggles to get creative and explosive all of a sudden. Play consistent defense. Make sure New Bremen has to work for their scores. You're not going to shut them out, but you want to make sure that they have to work for their scores. No easy looks, no easy baskets. And attitude. Bring the attitude that we do belong. Yeah, forget about the record. We're here to play tonight. Tonight's all that matters. The regular season means nothing. If New Bremen doesn't show up to play and Hardin Northern can instill their will a bit, the Polar Bears are going to try to make a run at this and come away with a W. And
as we look now to the Cardinals.
Well, they want to run the floor. I talked about some of their athletes that they can get out and go. Nothing better than scoring layups versus playing offense against 5-on-5 defense. So if they can get out and move the ball and beat the Polar Bears down the court, Coach Burton feels like he has some players that can do that. If you want to run, that's great, but if you don't have the players that get up and down the court, that makes it tough. New Bremen has those athletes that can do that. Take care of the ball. Obviously, that's a godsend for every good team, as you don't want to give the ball to the Polar Bears via a turnover. Those can relate into easy layups for the Polar Bears, and just flat out takes your ability away to score. So take care of the ball, make sure you're the one in control, and the effort, defense, and rebounding. That all comes to New Bremen showing up and taking care of business. Don't overlook the Polar Bears. It's one game at a time. Show up, play New Bremen basketball, and take care of business. And your effort, therefore, your results of that should earn you a victory tonight. But you got to get those. You got to cross the I's. I'm sorry, dot the I's and cross the T's and get the victory.
It's the Cardinals and the Polar Bears, New Bremen versus Hardin Northern, as we come back on NKTelco.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpaug, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Hey Minster, this is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey Botkins, I'm Brett Gerstner with NKTelco, and we are here for you and to help you operate your business network.
Hey Maria Stein, I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with Hometown Pride.
Hi Rishi, I'm Tim Metzger, and we are here for you for your installation of your telephone, cable TV, and internet.
Contact NKTelco at 1-888-NKTelco. At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
We are back going through the starting lineups, and it's going to go like this for the visitors on the scoreboard. Ellie Roderman, Katie Howell, Kaylee Friend, Madison Cordanier, and Kara Berkey. Also for Hardin Northern, Emma Barton, Quinn Stewart-Evans, Eris McCoy, and Alea Obenauer. Those are the starting five as we go through them right now. Again, Hardin Northern. Well, I've just been corrected that New Bremen is actually the home team.
Right, they got the white jerseys.
I assumed that by the brackets as they came in, that's how it shook down. But anyways, Hardin Northern, 6-16. They're the number 12 seed in the tournament. They have lost 5 straight. Meanwhile, New Bremen, they come in 13-9. They are the number 6 team in this tournament. And as we were preparing for this game, Chris Burden, the coach of the Cardinals, says he wasn't sure who was going to start because they were battling the flu.
Yeah, that's something you really can't control. You never know. You hope if every day you don't wake up and get a phone call from a parent that their kid is sick, and I think they're healthy, or at least appear to be for the game, but that always takes a little bit out of you. So something you have to keep in mind and make sure, you know, doesn't affect the rest of your team.
Speaking of the flu, I saw a note a few weeks ago. Walter Payton played with the flu with a 101 temperature. All he did was rush for 275 yards for the Bears.
So you're saying fever is overrated?
I'm not saying it's overrated. I'm saying it's remarkable that he did that.
Yes,
and it's amazing how much the competitive spirit will flare up in a team. This is a New Bremen team that is averaging 45 points a game. They give up 45.2. Meanwhile, Ohio Northern, they have struggled to get points on the board, 38 points a game. Their lowest point this season, 21. They have held their opponents to as little as 28. Meanwhile, New Bremen, they have not enjoyed big scoring either. They've had one game of 25. They've had games of 26. They've had games of 27. And they've had games of 28. So, you know, again, unless you go to the slow it down game, not exactly good for an offense.
No, you'll look to eliminate those type of performances. And and look for your offense to run, and in Bremen's case, utilize the athletes and try to get stuff up and down the court and put the ball in the basket. It makes everything else a lot easier. Simple to say, sometimes difficult to do.
We're just finishing up with the non-starters. One of the nice things that they do here in these sectional games, the winner will move on to play the New Knoxville. Will play New Knoxville. They were 55-14 winners over Ada just a few moments ago in a game that went early to the 35-point running clock. And I tell you what, it got over in a hurry. We don't see those very often in basketball games, and we saw it in that one.
Yeah, about midway through that third quarter, it hit that, and New Knoxville prevailed. And again, they're here watching their rivals, if you will, next door neighbors play, and they'll face the winner for the sectional championship on Saturday.
Officials for this game: Damon Coverman, B.J. McFerrin, and James Stoll. Again, we're going through the starting lineups right now. Hardin Northern from the Northwest Central Conference, where they finished 1-6. We mentioned that they have lost 5 straight. They've also lost 9 of their last 10, so not exactly momentum as you get coming in to this squad. New Bremen, their fortunes are a bit better. They come in with just 1 senior on this team, 3 juniors, 6 sophomores, and 4 freshmen. 4 players at 5'10". That's the tallest. Shortest, 5'6". And we are about ready to get this one going.
They mentioned Hardin Northern's 1-9 in their last 10 games. New Bremen, after I mentioned earlier, a 5-0 start, finished the rest of the season 8-9, under 500, but they're 4-2 in their last 6 games. So a lot of ways to look at numbers, but New Bremen a little bit better, maybe let's say momentum and confidence, if you will, as they finish the season, winning 4 of the last 6 games.
Again, the winner would play Saturday night here at the Bathtub at 8 o'clock. Then advance to a Thursday sectional championship. And then, of course, district play begins on Saturday, February 29th. And we are ready to get it going. Quinn Stewart-Evans will tow it up against Kylie Friend, and it is controlled by New Bremen. They'll bring it to the half court. Swings it on the near side. Friend underneath, hits the bottom of the backboard, and Hardin Northern will take over.
Well, nice look by Cordonier hitting Kaylee Friend. A little bit of contact, but evidently upstairs it was clean, and a missed opportunity for New Bremen. But nice look as Cordonier, who again does a lot for the New Bremen team, nearly found Friend for a quick 2.
Trying to cut to the inside, back to McCoy, the sophomore forward. And we've got to travel underneath as Stewart-Evans tries to find an opening to the paint.
We've touched on that Hardin Northern offense. You know, nothing really clicking for them this year. They don't shoot a lot of 3-pointers. In fact, they've only had 2 girls make a 3-pointer, and one of them is Maddie Grappy, their leading scorer. She's hit on 37, and then Quinn Stewart-Evans has made 2. That is it. As though there they forced an New Bremen turnover. So don't look for the Polar Bears other than maybe number 25, Maddie Grappy, to shoot a 3-pointer. This is Grappy right out here with the basketball. Boy, solid pick as Friend goes down. Grappy's.
It is controlled by New Bremen. Cordonier swings it from the opposite side, up and good. And just that quick, it's a 2-0 game.
Diamond and 1 press for the Cardinals, trying to force a turnover.
Swings it back to the outside. Swiped. Cordonier. She'll wait for traffic to pass and then swing it off to Howell, the 5'6" junior, one of the captains on this squad underneath. Hardin Northern coming out, as we said, trying to get that defensive pressure going.
Well, what I like about New Bremen's defense, they're trying to force the action, and Cordonier's 5'10", and Hardin Northern gets the ball and they try to throw it above their head right into Cordonier's hands. It was really an easy steal for Cordonier, and then New Bremen will try to capitalize, but you got to move the ball with a bounce pass against the taller people. Get good spacing.
Throws it away. McCoy comes up with it, the sophomore.
Each team with 2 quick turnovers here. We have barely played, we haven't even played 2 minutes yet.
Grappy swings it off to Martin. She's a freshman.
Another solid pick up top.
Goes to the inside, up and good, knifing to the inside. First points of the game for Eris McCoy. It's a tie game, 2-2, 5:53 to play here in the first quarter.
She averages 4 points a game in a drive like that. You wonder why she doesn't maybe average more. She did a nice job getting around to Bremen's defense and finished off the glass.
Friend looks to the outside of Cordanier. On the baseline, Bertke back up top. To Friend, she'll make her move down the baseline, threads the needle, no good. Not even anywhere near, and then, of course.
Well, again, it wasn't near, probably because, for whatever reason, she ran into traffic. Now, there was a lot of contact. The officials called nothing, so that's what forced a difficult shot. She knocks it out of bounds there, but a good defense, let's just say, for the Polar Bears, playing straight up and forcing Friend into a difficult shot. That's 2 of them where she's got inside, not able to finish.
McCoy will bring it in with 5:20 to play first quarter. Off to the near side. Grappy had to battle for it, and it gets knocked out of bounds, and right in the midst of all of that is Friend.
Yeah, she'll be around a lot of that stuff. She's very quick, so she can cover a lot of ground, and even though she got twisted up a little bit, guarding Grappy able to recover and nearly come away with the steal.
Working free is McCoy to Grappy on the wing. Again up against Friend. That's going to be the battle of the night. To the baseline, she tries to thread it, and they say she stepped out.
Well, there's definitely, again, a lot of contact. We saw it in the other end with Friend underneath. This time, Grappy and Friend just exchanging blows, if you will. And it is what it is. And they ruled Grappy just went out of bounds on her own. So a turnover, the 3rd of the Polar Bears already here. And it appears to be a little bit, let's say, more of a physical game so far. Where there's been some contact, and it's been play through it for right now. So we'll see how it progresses.
On to the far side to Cordanier. Tries to run it into the paint, a foul, and take your pick on there. It looks like it could go against Obenauer, but instead it's going to go against Grappy.
Her first. Take another look at it here as you see Cordanier off the dribble, and right there, yeah, 25 reached in, got beat. Grappy is a girl the Polar Bears don't want to lose to foul trouble, so that's her first foul.
Cordanier misses on the season.
Boy, she's pretty good, though. That's a rare miss.
She has 2 points tonight. Looking for number 3 right here. Missed her first shot. That one is good.
80% free throw shooter on the season. 63 of 78 coming in, and 80%. A nice percentage.
And the foul will go against New Bremen. It's going to go against Katie Howell. That is her first. Howell, 5'6" junior. She's one of 3 captains for the Cardinals. Grappy puts it up from outside. Got it. Beautiful shot.
Nice move, Dean, off the pick. Just kind of used her pick, found spacing, and hit her 38th three-point shot of the season. Again, no other players really shoot it for them, for the Polar Bears, but Grappy is their leading shooter now at, with I said, her 38 made three-pointer.
From the outside, no good. Bird keep battling it back, putting it up, no good. Second effort, no good. Still a scramble for it, but this one goes to Stuart Evans. And here comes Hardin Northern.
Ellie Rechterman, a couple chances there inside. Couldn't get either shot to drop. New Bremen's had some interior shots they've missed. And Grappy's shot maybe was blocked there. She definitely got one off. Not for sure which Cardinal got it. Maybe it was Cordanier, but the dead ball team rebound will give them an extended possession here. Boy, Grappy is a physical player. She goes right at it.
She absolutely does. 3 players all within a foot or two as she tries to drive inside. New Bremen.
There's been a lot of contact here. I mean, both sides. It's been a lot of hands. There's another hand in the back, and
misfires on the shot from Rechterman.
A rough start to this game. It's called a physical ball game here. A lot of, like I said, contact and play on, play through it.
Into the corner. Stuart Evans puts it up, bangs on iron. Cordanier gets the rebound. And you didn't see it, but away from the action, there's a little bit of forearm shiver going up against.
It doesn't surprise me. There's been a lot of stuff here, a lot of hands where I'd say they shouldn't be. Another New Bremen turnover, their 3rd of the quarter.
McCoy comes up with it. That is one thing that Hardin Northern is doing, is they're pesky. They're finding their ways to the ball and at least getting a hand on it if they're not coming up with it. Stuart Evans makes a move to the inside, gets it knocked away. Friend right in the middle of it, tries to turn the corner. Swinging it off to Howell. She'll put it up and good.
Howell does just enough, Dean, to take that pass, and the left-handed shot goes in for her first points, but almost left it a little short. Felt the pressure coming, but able to get the ball in the basket.
New Bremen says, okay, how do you like this pressure? Underneath. Hand on the face, swatted away by Richterman, and knocked out of bounds. And it will go to New Bremen. I'm sorry, it's a timeout. We will take the timeout as well. This is high school basketball on NKTelco.
That's still here. They did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought they called a timeout maybe two. Nonetheless, we'll keep it here in agreement with the basketball.
At first, I thought it was an out of bounds, and then I thought it was a timeout because we had them huddling up over here. All right, well, sorry about that. Sorry to give a heart attack to the folks in the truck.
Lily Leonards and also Chloe Bornhorst in for New Bremen.
Cordanier, excuse me, that is not Cordanier. Leonards puts it up.
Last trip down to Fort Ellie, Richterman had a blocked shot. That's what kind of started that whole mess where it ended up going out of bounds, but she had a blocked shot. Step back. Quinn Stewart-Evans, a nice kind of one step in and got it over Cordanier. Good look, good shot by Quinn Stewart-Evans, her first bucket.
Cordanier, she now has 6.
Well, Cordanier, good
There's
effort
a
there.
timeout.
There's her timeout.
It is the Cardinals over the Polar Bears, 8-7 on NKTelco.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
We are back. New Bremen on top of Hardin Northern 8-7. Thanks to Frost Roofing and a hometown opportunity and Minster Bank. Some of the sponsors that bring these games to you all season long. We really appreciate them.
Riley Trentman, number 20, on top of that New Bremen defense in for the Cardinals. So there's a three-pointer.
Grappy puts it up. Scrambling for it. And Cordanier high stepping her way to the half court. Underneath, a little bit of hot potato, lost it for a moment, but a held ball, and it will go to Hardin Northern.
New Bremen's 4th turnover, so they have turned it over quite a bit. As you mentioned, that quick pass into Bornhorst, couldn't get a good handle on it, and in the end, it's a New Bremen turnover. So New Bremen's been
I think she was kind of surprised.
I said it was a quick pass and couldn't just get a good handle on it.
McCoy into the corner. Back up top. That is good. Second three-pointer of the contest for Grappy. She now has 6. Under a minute to play, first quarter.
She definitely is the ringleader on offense. She averages 17.7 points a game as good hands by the Polar Bears force the 5th Cardinal turnover.
Into the corner. That one snagged by Leonards.
Good anticipation there. Good job stepping in the passing lane.
To the outside. Cordanier. 23 seconds remaining. Swings it to the near side. Leonards down low. Back up top. 16 seconds. Boom.
Kira Berkey, her first triple of the game, shoots it at 32%, had made 33 coming in, so a good shooter for the Cardinals and a much needed basket.
Wilson puts it up, no good. The rebound at the buzzer, and we will be back. 1 quarter in the books. It is the Cardinals 11, Polar Bears 10 on NKTelco.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Plygem Residential Solutions is part of Cornerstone Building Brands, North America's largest manufacturer of exterior building products, and the success of our company is directly related to the contributions of our employees. We are currently looking for machine operators, maintenance technicians, forklift operators, and more to join our growing team at our facility in Sydney, Ohio. PlyGem offers competitive pay, a full benefits package, as well as opportunities for bonus pay and long-term advancement. Become a part of our strong foundation.
We are back. New Bremen over Hardin Northern, 11-10. I want to thank some more of our sponsors, St. Henry Bank, The Spot, and St. Mary's Foundry. Some of the companies that support what we do here at NKTelco. The inbound pass coming to Alea Truman. She fires it in. We're starting to see New Bremen getting some new legs in there. Swings it up top. Now to the far side to Cordanier. Back to Friend. Howell cross court pass to Truman. Nice job of dealing it out and got it knocked away. Coming up with it, Hardin Northern.
Good block there. I'm not sure which Polar Bear got it, but they got a block shot against Cordanier. Good defense by the Polar Bears. Grabby just lost a hand, or she would have had another good look, but just couldn't get a quality shot off.
Down low to Friend. Wrap around pass. Nicely done. Didn't finish though. Held ball, and this one I think is going to go to Hardin Northern.
They'll get the rebound, but pick up a foul against New Bremen. So tough break for the Cardinals as Friend picks up her first foul, but had another good look inside, just could not get to drop, and a little too aggressive going after the rebound, trying to get the steal after the Polar Bears had it.
Station to station press breaker. That one intercepted, got it back. No good on the miss from McCoy, scrambling forward into the corner. Coming up with it, Wilson to Grappy. She looks at it from three, takes a step back and deals it off.
Second look here in this possession.
McCoy down low from the block. Richterman with the rebound. 6:40 to play here in the second quarter. From the outside to Cordanier, misses, falls short. Cordanier will get it back.
Turnover there as the Polar Bears secured it, but give it right back. That's her fifth turnover of the game. They had 4 in the first 8 minutes. Had a chance here to get New Bremen on a shutout possession, but the Cardinals try to capitalize on the turnover.
Back over. On the run from about 10, no good. Battling underneath. Friend hits the deck. She holds on to it and then loses it for a moment. Another held ball. This one will go to Hardin Northern.
Again, New Bremen, multiple looks at that possession. They get a nice look from Katie Howe coming this way, if you will. The left-hander coming with a soft shot, couldn't get to drop. Friend gets it, but can't, is kind of in a bad spot and ends up being a New Bremen turnover. Now that's their 6th of the game. They had 5 in the first quarter.
Down low, the bank shot good for Stuart Evans. She now has 4. And it's a Polar Bear lead by 1.
Assist to Grappy, who averages around 2 assists per game for the Polar Bears.
From the outside, no good. And we'll have a foul away from that as Truman shot that one.
Well, that's a second foul now on Grappy as she's whistled for the personal foul. She has both Polar Bear fouls. We'll see it here. Friend goes up, and it looks like probably the hands on the back of Friend warrant a second foul. So Coach Brady Mast will have to keep an eye on that.
Misfires Bertkey, but they'll get it back. Sending it up, Truman, no good. Grappy had it for a moment, scrambling for it. She'll come up with it again. Circles the wagons and deals it off.
Multiple looks for New Bremen, empty trip.
Dumps it off to Wilson into the corner. To Grappy, up and bouncing around, and that one will be a New Bremen basketball.
Abby Russler, number 3 for the Polar Bears in. And remember, Grappy, number 25, their leading scorer. 2 fouls, not the end of the world, but there's still a long way to go here in the second quarter. You hate to see her get her third, but she's got to stay in the game. She's their main force, if you will, on the offensive end. Just has to play real smart so she doesn't pick up her third.
Back up top. From the outside, good. Truman.
Aaliyah Truman hits her first triple, her 7th of the season. She's attempted 3 of them already here in this quarter. Makes good on her 3rd try.
Hardin Northern trying to slow it down, trying to play their game. Of course, New Bremen loves to speed it up.
Friend will pick up her second foul. So Friend with 2, and also for the Cardinals, Friend has 2, and then Grappy, as I mentioned, for the Polar Bears with 2 as well. Friend will sit down.
That's probably the game in a nutshell. The game inside the game is those two going at it. Stuart Evans, excuse me, into the paint, has an open look, gets it swatted away, and the foul underneath. It's going to go
against Berkey.
That's exactly who it's going to go on.
It looked clean upstairs, but we'll see once here. I think it is. Watch Berkey slide over. From that angle, probably did look like a foul. Berkey already has 10 blocks in the season. Would have got her 11th, but instead picks up her first foul.
McCoy at the line, misses. First free throw attempt of the game for the Polar Bears.
Polar Bears not a real good free throw shooting team at just 54% as a team, but McCoy does hit on 1 of 2 for her 3rd point.
14-13. Fresh 5 on the court for the most part.
Nice pass.
Underneath, up and good.
Reckerman, her first bucket of the game, had some other opportunities that she couldn't drop on the inside, but boy, give a star to Katie Howe, the nice pass, and Reckerman uses her left hand on the left side to finish it.
That's exactly what Reckerman has been looking for the entire first half.
There's a
Stuart
nice,
Evans travel.
I say before she traveled, she did a nice job getting Reckerman to lunge and then went by her, but feet a little bit quicker than her mind, if you will, and gets the turnover there, the second of the quarter for the Polar Bears. The Bremen, after committing 5 in the first quarter, just 1 so far here as we've played nearly, or just over, what, 4 minutes of the halfway through the second quarter, and the Bremen much better job hanging on to the basketball.
Truman fires it inside to Richterman through the double team, and she will draw the foul.
Well, they went right back to her, and she got the foul committed against her. So free throws for Ellie Recterman. Take a good look at it here. As maybe got away with a small hop, but the obvious foul there on number 12, Stuart Evans.
2 points tonight. Richterman goes to the line, a 68% free throw shooter. She makes the first one. Builds the lead to 4 points. That's the biggest that it's been.
Reckerman, as Dean mentioned, 68% from the line, averages 6 points a game, pulls down 4 rebounds. Came off an injury in the volleyball season that had her out for part of that championship season, but was able to come back late in the year and play. And again, the Cardinals went on to win the Division IV volleyball championship, their 2nd title in 3 years.
Underneath, Grappy gets the needle threaded, but can't hold on to it. She wanted to shoot. Back up top. That one falls short. Cordanier with the rebound on the run. Looks for a moment, dumps it off. Now to Truman. 3:03 to play, second quarter. Leonard's back to the far side of Truman. Scramble for it, and coming up with it, Stuart Evans.
Second turnover. I just mentioned how New Bremen hadn't had many since that scrum on the floor where Friend had to get rid of it, but commit 1 in that possession.
Another 3 attempt from Grappy. Long rebound out to Richterman. And 1 on 3, tossing it up. Cordanier doesn't get it to go.
That was a tough shot, kind of floating away from her strong hand, but they get it back on the turnover. But they give it back on the turnover.
She gets hit for the travel.
That was a tough shot. Like I said, 1 on 3, and not really an opening. It's a great shot if it goes in. If it doesn't, we have to talk about it. So it didn't go in, and it's like, well, it's one of those things. You trying to make things happen. She's their leading scorer. Obviously, she's capable of scoring, but that time doesn't happen, and Bremen gives it back on the turnover. Quickly back-to-back turnovers, if you will, for them.
Abby Russler into the game. The senior guard off to Grappy. That one will drop.
Her 3rd triple of the night. Again, she made 37 in the regular season in 22 games, so that's just maybe an average of over 1.3, 1.4. She's hit 3 of them already here tonight.
Cordanier for 3.
You know, she's been able to answer as well. Her second triple for Madison Cordonier, the 5'10 junior, shooting a pretty good percentage at 38% from three-point range. You mentioned her 80% from the line. She's 39% from three-point range.
Weaving her way to the inside, number 6 for Stuart Evans.
That's a nice move. Again, I think she had a nice drive to the basket, and she averages, well, that was a good move. She averages just under 8, so, you know, she's plenty capable of scoring. It was a nice move and good use of the bank board.
To the near side, Lennox gets cut off and throws it away.
Fourth New Bremen turnover, 9 for the game. But for New Bremen, fortunate, even though it went over and back, no one able from Hardin Northern able to run it down and get a good look at the basket. So it's a dead ball. I mean, it could be worse. If you throw it away and they go in for a layup, that's awful. Here, you threw it away, but you're back playing now 5-on-5 defense. Force the Polar Bears to score against us, not, you know, in front of us or without us playing defense. So New Bremen's defense will try to get a stop, and Grappy has been making it difficult.
And that is something unusual, a regular shot, a regular 2-point basket. She now has 11. A 1-point game on the baseline. Back up top to Cordonier. That one spins away.
So Cordonier's shot, was that a 3 or a 2 she missed? Just here.
I thought it was a 3.
Okay, very good. Boy, Grappy, she definitely knows for the hoop.
Leonard's into the corner. Cordonier with another 3. That one no good. And a foul. It looks like it's going to go on Stuart Evans. If it is, that's her.
It's a New Bremen foul. Oh. Kira Berkey picks up her second foul, so her and Friend each with 2 fouls. New Bremen only with 4 fouls is just going against, that's right, their 5th foul because Howe has 1. But Berkey and Friend each with 2 fouls. And Truman replaces Berkey.
Moving to the final 20 seconds of the second quarter. Grappy launches just inside the 3. Rebound.
Official had his arm up. I thought it was inside, but he had the 3 fingers in the air, so it was a long 3-point attempt.
Well, her feet landed inside.
Right, but there was where they take off is what it is.
Right.
Yep. Another turn. Oh, picked up by Bornhorst. Oh, good bucket.
At the buzzer.
Chloe Bornhorst, right spot, right time.
We go to halftime. It is 23-20. New Bremen over Hardin Northern. This is NKTelco.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
For over 150 years, Cargill has been helping people be successful worldwide. Cargill has always done business responsibly and in a way that makes us proud. Whether it is educating farmers in India or providing bikes to students with perfect attendance right here at home, Cargill is helping people thrive. The Sydney plant is just one piece of a global company that provides employment for hundreds of thousands, food for the world, and support for thousands of businesses. Be a part of something great at Cargill.com.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Wegner's IGA have been servicing their communities for more than 90 years, spanning 3 generations. Wegner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and a variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wegner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen.
It's halftime here at Bath High School. And sorry, Dean, I jumped the gun. I'll let you take over.
It is halftime here at Bath High School. It is the New Bremen Cardinals up 23-20. Now, Jeff.
No, thank you. All right, our halftime stats for Hardin Northern and New Bremen. Polar Bears 8 of 25 overall from the field. They did connect on 3 of 7. Good percentage from three-point range. New Bremen 8 of 24. Made one more three-point shot than Hardin Northern. Took a few extra, but both those three-point percentages pretty good. Free throws, not many attempts. Hardin Northern 1 of 2. New Bremen 3 of 4. Rebounding margin about even. Turnovers, Hardin Northern just with a 7. New Bremen a couple more with 9 total, but pretty even game to score, in favor of New Bremen. Bornhorst hits that basket right at the buzzer to give New Bremen the three-point cushion. And give credit to the Polar Bears. They've been scrappy. They've been playing hard. They've led in the first half by Maddie Grappy. She leads all scorers in the game. She has 11 points, and she's been letting them fly. She's ahead of their offense. She's been hitting some threes. She drives to the basket. She'll look for some more help maybe in the second half for New Bremen. No one in double figures, but Madison Cordonier leads the Cardinals with 9 points in the half for New Bremen. As we get set here to start the second half. Maybe a little bit surprising, Dean, because of the seeds. Maybe you thought New Bremen might have a little bit bigger lead at half, but give credit to Polar Bears. They've caused New Bremen into some miscues with the basketball.
I don't think I could have said it better than that. I mean, this is a team that a Hardin Northern team that has struggled with its scoring, but both of these teams have. And I think this is really coming down to just a battle of grit, a battle of hard work, and no better example of that is Friend against Grappy, New Bremen's guard versus
Friend
Hardin
gets
Northern.
the offensive rebound there and is fouled, so New Bremen gets to keep the ball. Well, that's a nice
Cutting
move
to
by
the
Berkey.
inside, up and good off the glass. Berkey now with that, she now has 5 points. It's a 5-point game. That is the biggest lead that the Cardinals have had tonight.
That was a nice move by Berkey. It was all working in her favor. She came with the right-hand dribble and able to get the shot off the glass for, like I said, her 5th point. But that's a good move by Kira Berkey.
The senior, Stuart Evans, deals it off. McCoy will bring it back up top of the key. Gets the screen from Owenauer.
There's this quickness I talked about.
It's a race to the bucket, up and good. And surprisingly, the first points of the game for Friend. She's averaging 11.1 per game.
She had 2 fouls, spent some time in that second quarter, the last part of it probably, maybe about half of it on the bench.
Rebound comes out to Berkey, and there's a foul that goes with it.
So quickly, New Bremen, 2 quick baskets and a bucket here, has them up either by 9 or 10, and it was a 1-point game until the final shot by Bornhorst at the buzzer, and now a quick 4 points here by New Bremen, and they've taken a 1-point lead and bumped it up to 7 with a chance to increase that.
Cordonier deals it off underneath to Richterman through the hands of Friend.
Well, Richterman's pass was right idea, just too tall. And again, you can't jump that high, but slap a bounce pass down, a good chance that your teammate can get it. Right idea, though. Give credit for the Cardinals there. An aggressive mistake, just could not get the pass and catch to happen.
Stuart Evans sends to Grappy, and there's a foul that will go against Friend.
Just right idea, but she's quick, but went through the defender, or I'm sorry, through the player instead of going around her. Pretty easy call. Unfortunately for Friend, she's going to come out as Truman replaces her, but 3 quick fouls, and you see what she can do when she deflects the ball in the open court. She can score at the other end because no one can catch her, and that's the Bremen's have to work through that without her on the court.
To the baseline, gets cut off, back to Grappy from 3. Swoosh. Almost no trajectory on that shot. She now has 14.
That's her 3rd triple of the game. Again, 37 on the season.
Nice runner inside by Howell. She
Nice
would not be
job.
denied.
Kind of a floater, and her 2nd bucket, her 4th point, but a good answer following the Grappy triple. But yeah, Grappy, her shot, she's made 3 of those tonight, had 37 coming in, so well above her season average from hitting triples. But she is her leading scorer, and obviously she plays very aggressive, and you can see why she scores nearly 18 a game. tonight she's getting it done from the outside a little bit more than what she hasn't been on the inside.
Grappy launches again, that on the front of the rim. The rebound to Bertkey. She brings it to the half court, swings it off to Truman, back to Bertkey, launches from 3, off target. But Richterman up and in.
Well, Ellie Richterman battling there as they get second chance points. Good job by Richterman.
We will take the timeout as well. It is a 31-23 game. New Bremen on top of Hardin Northern on NKTelco.
Grand Lake Foot and Ankle Center offers a family-friendly environment with a personalized approach to reduce pain, restore function, and improve mobility. Dr. Christopher Stuckey specializes in reconstructive foot and ankle surgery, diabetic foot care, trauma including fractures and sports injuries, along with bunions, hammer toes, and ingrown toenails. Grand Lake Foot and Ankle Center has offices located in St. Mary's and Salina. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-394-8664.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
An 8-point lead. New Bremen on top of Hardin Northern, 31-23. Hardin Northern brings it to the half court. And Maddie Grappy, she's got 14 points, leading all scorers.
It's a big possession here for the Polar Bears. Again, it was just at the tail end of the second quarter. They were down by 1. Now they trail by 8, and good block shot by Cordonier.
Oldest trick in the book off the other player, but it didn't go out. Howell swings it off to Bertkey. Moves a little closer, dumps it off to Cordonier.
A block shot by Cordonier. She had 21 blocks coming in, almost won a game. She had another one there, so she's, again, she does a lot of things, not just offensively, but defensively as well.
Richterman coming on strong. She now has 7. Jeff, I was going to mention this earlier. We got 17 points for Grappy, and I was going to say, wow, Friend really hasn't been very effective against her, but she spent a lot of time on that bench.
Yeah,
those threes are coming when she's on the bench.
Yeah, but it's been tougher to score. She's not on the court, but Grappy, misses there, and Richterman has come up with some big baskets. They try to go at her again, and timeout by Coach Burden. It's a 30, so we'll keep it here, but Bremen will keep possession, but they need to take a timeout to do so.
Wise call right there. We want to thank some of our sponsors, the folks that make these games possible. We would ask you to support them as well. Wilson Health, Cy Sweeterman, Carriage Works, Kogi Heating and Air Conditioning, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. Man, we'll make sure that we get all of their title there. Wayne Trail, Cargill, Wagner's IGA, Securicom, the folks that make these games possible. Dave Jackson along with Jeff Henson as we come to you from the opening round of the, I guess you would say, the Wapakoneta Sectional District, even though it's being played here at the Bathtub.
The winners of this sectional and the other one at, I believe it's Coldwater, will then merge on to the Wapak District. So New Bremen had to take a timeout, save the possession. They've gone to Richterman the past few times inside. She's delivered.
She has really come on strong. Shot up, and Richterman right there, saving it from out of bounds and into the hands of Hardin Northern.
So, and again, trailing by 10. It was 8 last year, but I said it was a big possession. This is that point where you kind of see where the Polar Bears, they need to find a basket here. New Bremen's been getting in some rhythm on offense. Polar Bears need to match them.
A 10-point game. Grappy up, no good. Cordonier with the rebound, brings it to the half court. Just over 3:20 remaining in the third quarter. Truman. Inside to Berkey, back to Truman. She will launch. That one is good. A 3-pointer.
Her second of the game, so good job by Truman coming off the bench, giving them some outside threat scoring, and now giving the Cardinals their biggest lead of the game.
A 13-point lead. 2:57. McCoy gets the screen. Comes down low, will launch it, no good. The putback, no good, and Truman there to snag it.
Couple looks for the Polar Bears, but empty trip, and they have not scored in a while.
Knocked out of bounds, and New Bremen will get it back.
I think Grappy scored a triple. That's their only points of the second half for the Polar Bears. And that was the first shot she took for her this half. So that had to have been right away.
That's exactly how I have it. Truman from the outside on the rim, no good. Circling it back around is Evans, Stuart Evans.
And when teams struggle offensively, it's these droughts that just hurt them.
Off glass, no good. Leonard's to Truman, back to Leonard's. Squaring around to shoot, no good from Howell. The rebound to Truman.
Truman's done nice things, keeping that possession alive and hustling down the offensive rebound.
Back up top to Leonard's, into the paint, loses it, a scramble for it. And on the line, it will be Hardin Northern basketball.
And Bremen again, kind of an ugly possession, but able to kind of get a couple looks at it, and then just like you said, couldn't pick it up in time. They commit their second turnover of the third quarter, their 11th of the game. Polar Bears have 8 total turnovers, 7 in the first half, 1 here in the third quarter. That's not been their problem, just flat out putting the ball in the basket. They've had a number of shots. There's a 2-pointer.
Stuart Evans now has 8. It's back to an 11-point game. Well, you start to get the feeling that New Bremen is about ready to bust this one open.
Yeah, they're capable. That's why the Polar Bears do a good job there. They need an empty look for the Cardinals, empty possession. They get one. So now they have a chance with a bucket to get it back into single digits. You know, anything can happen, but they have to find some confidence on the offensive end.
Throws it up on the iron, no good. And it will be a New Bremen basketball.
Just the 1 turnover for the Polar Bears. I mean, that's good in this quarter. They've had a number of shots. Now, New Bremen, give them credit. Good job defensively securing the missed shots. There's been a lot of them on that end because the Polar Bears have just hit 2 of their roughly 10 shots right here, but just 1 offensive rebound. So New Bremen's been good at letting the Polar Bears shoot, if you will, but securing a miss and then going to work on offense. And they've been much better, the Cardinals, here in the third quarter offensively.
From the outside, Leonard's no good. Truman will.
Another offensive rebound for Truman here in this quarter.
Back to Truman, up top to Leonard's. Looks at it for a moment. Now cuts in for a better shot. No good. Gets her own rebound off glass. Got it.
Good work by Lily Leonard's. Had shot to 3 early in the possession, then gets it back and drives a nice move to the basket. Gets her own rebound. Puts it in.
On the run, no good from Grappy. You see her where she's trying to start to force things now a little bit. On the run, and we have a foul.
Berkey will go to the line, and yeah, Grappy, I'm sure a little bit fatigue setting in and frustration, you know, trying to do a lot and just hasn't been able to convert. You see the foul there. Good move by Berkey. Again, you talk about running the court. The Bremen there, Berkey able to go at the basket with under controlled effort and gets rewarded with some free throws.
Up and good. On the season, an 81% free throw shooter, connecting on 18 of 22.
Not a lot of volume, but decent. I mean, she's hit the attempts. That's about an average of 22 attempts in 22 games coming in. So more importantly, the good percentage, like you said, she hits both.
She now has 7. Again, you know, you can only do what you're asked to do. 15 points. That's the biggest this game is ballooned to. In the corner.
10 seconds here for the Polar Bears.
No good. Battling for the rebound, hit the deck. Still a scramble for it, and it will roll out of bounds. And Jeff, I'm telling you, I'm seeing a Hardin Northern team that's doing things that they don't normally want to do, and that's probably what this timeout is all about. We will take the timeout. We will return. On top, New Knoxville 40-25 over Hardin Northern.
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Back here, fourth quarter action, 40-25. I need to apologize, Jeff. I was so caught up in the play, I didn't see how much time was left, and I was certain that it was a timeout just by the way that Hardin Northern was trying to force things, do some things they weren't normally
The time kind of runs out, and a loose ball, and kind of end to a tough quarter. And Polar Bears only score 5 points, and New Bremen under their hand nets 17. So again, it was basically a 1-point game almost at halftime. New Bremen gets a basket at the buzzer to go up by 3, and it was all New Bremen. Rechterman was a big part of that, getting 4 points in the quarter. Picks up right kind of where she left off on him. A good pass from Berkey and a good bucket by Rechterman.
Rechterman now has 9 points. Her average coming into this contest was 6.2. Up to a 17-point game. We have 7:18 to play in the fourth quarter. Winner, of course, will take on New Knoxville Saturday night at 8 o'clock right here at Bath. Up and no good. Going to the line, Maddie Grappy, she on the season is a 64% free throw shooter.
These will be her first attempts tonight. Now she shot a bunch from the field, which again basically is their offense, and these will be her first free throws of the night.
That is good. Get a load of this number. On the season, she has taken 142 free throws. Well, 143, and it's made 92. Up and good.
Yeah, average of about 7 attempts a game. She makes her first 2, and now up to 16 points on the night. Again, just under her average of 17.7.
Berkey now has 10. The thing that I like about New Bremen, they're getting a lot of people into the scorebook tonight.
Yeah, they're getting contributions all over, even some players. And Truman has hit a couple triple off the bench and also secured, more importantly, some rebounds to keep a possession alive. So, yeah, they've gotten scoring. Remember, Fran hasn't played a lot with their foul trouble, so other people have stepped up and picked up the slack, and it's beginning to show here a much better second half for the Cardinals offensively than in the first.
Off target, Grappy gets her own rebound. That one off target again. Frustrated, she goes to the line though.
Berkey picks up the foul. And that's her third foul, so in the fourth quarter, not the end of the world, but right now a sizable 18-point lead. Kind of hard to imagine it went from 1 to 18, and Grappy connects on her third consecutive free throw tonight.
She now has 17.
This
looking
one would
for
put
18.
Her right above her average of 17.7, and just a junior, so a nice ball player. You know, it's kind of her, if you will, offensively against the world, and other teammates have stepped up a little bit here tonight, but she definitely creates the action for the Polar Bears.
Well, just do the math. They average 38 points a game. She's averaging just a shade over 17.
Over and back violation for the Cardinals. Yeah, go ahead with the average. Their offense is
38.7 points a game. She's averaging 17.7.
Yeah, so she's almost 50% of it.
Absolutely.
Right. So yeah, and I can see why it is. I mean, she handles the ball well. She's not one-dimensional. We've seen her do it all over, and she rebounds well as well. We've seen her get some put-back buckets, and the ball goes off the Cardinals. So another look here for the Polar Bears.
And she is a tough 5'8". I mean, 5'8's a pretty big player anyways, but she's got a lot of muscle inside. Friend comes back into the game.
There's a jump ball.
This one will go to New Knoxville.
New Bremen will be rewarded there as that turnover, just a third of the half for Hardin Northern. So they've done a nice job taking care of it. It's just their shooting percentage, which has hampered them. And New Bremen, on the other hand, has been much more efficient on offense.
Off glass, no good. Berkey brings it back around. 5:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. Back up top to Howell, no good. Tracking it down, Hardin Northern. Some new players in the game for Hardin Northern. That one is Ava Hobson. First time we have called her name.
5'2" freshman.
Looks, puts it up, got it.
There's a nice move. We've seen Stuart Evans hit some other shots, and she's one of those players, if she can get going, she averages 8 points a game. Right now with 10, but that would help Grappy a little bit, take some of the scoring pressure off of her.
On the baseline, literally tiptoeing her way, keeping it in bounds.
I think New Bremen had secured the rebound, but then lost it, and like I said, did a nice job not falling out of bounds and securing the ball for the Polar Bears. Another strong move there. You talk about a strong ball player as Grappy, again, just beats Friend, a good defender, and draws the foul. So more free throws. This will be the 5th and 6th attempt here in the game, I should say, and all of them have been here in the fourth quarter.
Grappy goes to the line, chance to pick up her 19th and 20th point. 45-31.
Boy, nice reverse spin. Soft shot as Cordonier checks out. Truman, who's hit a couple three-pointers tonight, checks back in for New Bremen.
45-32. Shot is up and good.
And she's a perfect 6 for 6 in the game, and all those have been here in the fourth quarter, and 20 points now for the 5'8" junior.
20 of the 33 points for the Polar Bears have come from junior Maddie Grappy. And she comes up with a steal right there. She's averaging about 3 a game. Throws it up, somehow hits the rim. They're going to hit her with the card.
Well, bang, bang play. Friend stood there, and Grappy went right into her. I would have to say it was the correct call. I feel it was. She ran flat over or straight into Friend.
It sure looked like she cocked her shoulder into her.
That helps as well. I mean, the defense doesn't have to be still. It was straight on contact, and he said the shoulder, I think, made it a little bit more violent than what it should have been. So tough break for Grappy, who had a nice steal and then couldn't quite finish.
Richterman down low, travel. Well, and I'll tell you what, Stuart Evans has done a nice job inside defensively. She's had a hand on a ball here and there. I think she's done a good job. She just, 10 points, that's pretty good. She's got an all-around game.
There's another foul, so more free throws coming up for Grappy as New Bremen right now has not had an answer. She's been able to penetrate and just go off the dribble, and I'm not for sure who they called that on Truman. It didn't look like she touched her from this angle, but this will be the 2, 4, 6, 7th and 8th free throw for Grappy, all here in the fourth quarter, yet to miss.
She got it. Here's another thing to blow your mind, Jeff. She has 21 points. Quinn Stewart Evans has 10. There's one other player that has scored. She's got 3, Eris McCoy. So only 3 players have scored for Hardin Northern.
Yeah, and that's, they're still only down 12. We mentioned they've lost a lot of their games at the end of the season. I looked at some of their scores. Not all of those were major blowouts, let's say. They were competitive, as Coach Burton will take a full timeout.
We'll take the timeout as well. A 10-point game. New Bremen on top, 45-35 on NKTelco.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield. Why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwiedemann Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Back to the final 3:45 of game number 2 tonight. The first one, of course, New Knoxville, a 55-14 winner over Ada. Hardin Northern in this one, 45-35, trailing New Bremen. And it's starting to look like we're going to have a Saturday night MAC showdown. Richterman deals it off to Howell. For a minute, you looked like she was going to take the shot from about 25 feet. I know she wasn't, but it kind of looked like it.
That should be Hardin Northern ball, so good job defensively by the Polar Bears. And it's not over yet. I mean, it is a 10-point lead, but boy, the Polar Bears have made it interesting here. A lot of time left, every possession critical, obviously, but Polar Bears definitely could use a basket here. Grappy
with a high arching shot, no good. The rebound, Howell. Howell, 4 points on the night.
Flex offense now for New Bremen. If you run it right, you can consume a lot of time.
Cordonier dealt off to Berkey. Now to Truman. Truman up top to Howell. Howell works free. But again, the key right now is just to eat up clock.
There's nearly a turnover. As I said, if you run it right, you can consume a lot of time. Polar Bears are playing real sticky defense up top and nearly create some turnovers, but they're going to commit a foul, which not the end of the world. You don't put Bremen at the line yet. But you got to think that sooner or later you might want to foul to put them at the line and hope for a miss and secure the rebound.
Abby Russler gets the foul. That is her first. Richterman will go to the line. This will be her third free throw attempt of the night on the season.
Well, Richterman again, as the shot missed there, right place, right time. So Richterman has had a number of offensive rebounds here as of late. Will attempt her third and fourth free throws of the game. Misses that one. So, you know, I said for the Polar Bears, you can't, at some point you need the ball back. Maybe prevent Richterman from an easy 2, force her to make him from the line. She misses the first. Makes the second. And I'd look for 25 to kind of create and go right to the basket. That's been some of their best offense here in the fourth quarter. They'll look for her inside and let her create.
Nice job, number 12 of the game for Quinn Stewart-Evans.
A dozen for number 12. As I said, Grappy's a lady that one to look at, but also Stewart-Evans has been contributing. She's the other scorer, like you mentioned. So Stewart-Evans, number 12 with her 12th point, and they cut into 9 now as they get 2. New Bremen got 1, and they foul Howell.
By the way, Quinn Stewart-Evans is the only other player to attempt a three-pointer this season.
Yeah, she made 2, and the other 37 belong to Grappy. They have 39 makes on the season. Howell will shoot the game's first free throw as a bonus opportunity.
That is up, that is good. She now has 5.
Howell, 66% on the season, 14 of 21 from the free throw line. Big ones here, always bigger at the end of the game. And she makes both.
(48-37). Grappy fires it up, no. Cordonier to the half court. Gets it knocked away.
Grappy nearly obviously being aggressive, nothing to lose. You might as well try to get the steal. If you don't and foul, you put the Cardinals on the line. Instead, she knocks it out of bounds. But at some point here, if they don't get a steal very soon and they get a violation, Cordonier, you know, just what the Polar Bears need, must have stepped on the out of bounds line. 6 New Bremen turnovers alone here in the fourth quarter. So frustrating for Coach Bird and his team trying to secure a win, but they're giving it away with the turnovers.
They're certainly not making it easier.
Yeah, I shouldn't say give it. Yeah, it'd be a lot easier if you could hold on to the ball, but you're giving looks now to the Polar Bears.
Swoosh, nicely done. She now has 25 points. Again, we want to thank our sponsors for this ball game, like all season. Ply Gym, Precision Strip, Sweeterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Ferguson Construction. Also a tip of the hat to Fowler's TV, Wilson Health. These are some of the folks that make these games possible here at NKTelco. Dean Jackson along with Jeff Hinchen as we come to you from the bathtub. I love that name. I'm kind of like, I'm trying not to look at center court here with the Wildcats because it's got that psychedelic thing. It looks kind of like an ink blot a little bit.
Yeah, it is a unique looking Wildcat head. But a strong tradition. The girls basketball team has been very successful here over the seasons. They were the first team to reach 800 wins as a girls team. They've had some good teams year in, year out, and you know it's an old style gym. We're other than freaking out climbing up these bleachers that are the old style, you're right here on the action, which I like. And we feel like we're still, we're up in here a little bit, but we're still close to the court. It's a nice environment. And good place to watch a ball game.
It's part arena, part high school gymnasium.
Yeah. Yep. And
by the way, I love the banner because it's right behind the backboard. So anytime you come up here and shoot a free throw, you're going to be reminded that this place has 800 wins.
Long pass down court, and well executed. They survived the turnover, and not a bad foul there. As again, Grappy went hard. You might as well try to knock the ball away. See what you get. And instead it's a foul, and that's her fourth foul. So Grappy has to be careful now that she's not the one doing this because you need her in the game. Cordonier, 9 points, Dean, all in the first half, has not scored in the second half until now. Give her 10 for the game. But 9 in the first, has not made a field goal in the second half. But does hit 2 big free throws here to put the lead back to 10. Couple timeouts left for Coach Brady Mass. If they can score, he can call a timeout.
On the iron, no good. The rebound from Berkey. Howell pounding it to the half court.
I think Coach Burton will run the offense. The only way they're going to shoot is from the foul line, probably. No reason to chuck one up and force a Hard Northern to commit the foul.
Brilliant move down there. They had Truman with the screen off of Berkey, and then they also had trailing behind Cordonier because they wanted to make sure they had the basketball. They didn't want to cough it up.
Yeah, you don't want anything but a turnover, even if you have to hold on to it, take a 5-second count. You don't want to give the Polar Bears a layup opportunity. So the Polar Bears eventually get a foul against the Cardinals, and that'll put Alea Truman.
Truman on the line looking for her 4th point. That one is good.
Ashley now with 7. She hit those 2 3-pointers. A 3-pointer in the second quarter, a 3-pointer in the third.
I missed that one, I'm sorry.
But she's in the third quarter also had some big offensive rebounds. Makes both foul shots. Good performance by her off the bench. Came in with 6 made 3-pointers on the season. Hit 2 tonight, so kind of picked up some of that scoring slack when they needed it. The time now the issue, Dean. Under a minute to go. It's going to be very difficult for the Polar Bears. That turnover, I thought it was going to be a turnover on the Hard Northern. New Bremen must have touched it, so they try to save it, but it'll stay with the Polar Bears. Just not much time left. You have to score quickly, call timeout, and hope New Bremen misses free throws.
Bangs it in and out. Berkey, the rebound.
But the job so far, it looks like Hard Northern's probably going to lose this, but boy, made it a game. I mean, it was a 1-point game, 3-point game at halftime, and
I don't think any of us expected it to be this close.
It's a job well done for Coach Brady Mast in his 12th season. And that young lady has done her fair share to keep it alive or keep them in the game.
If you look for a moment after she missed that shot, she kind of leaned over just for a second and caught her breath.
She's been leaving it all out on the court tonight. She plays hard and physical. I mean, she's not a finesse player, so
I think that
she's been playing hard. You know, there's been times she's been hit, popped, and still able to get some shots off.
Now she's hanging her head. Yep. I would say she's gassed.
Yep.
That does it. 52-49, New Knoxville and New Bremen to meet Saturday night here at Bath High School. 8 o'clock start. We will be back with some final stats and, of course, our player of the game. We will be back. This is high school basketball on NKTelco.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos system takes the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game or not with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
We are back. Final score again here, 52-40. New Bremen over Hardin Northern to advance to take on New Knoxville Saturday night here at Bath High School. Game that's set for an 8 o'clock start. Dean Jackson along with Jeff Hinchin. And Jeff, we talked about keys to the game for Hardin Northern. They had to come into this one playing their game, had to have the idea that, okay, they belonged here. And I'll tell you what, they certainly did.
They held their own. Was not a blowout. The score ends up being 12. It was a competitive game. There are your numbers for the game. Hardin Northern 13 of 49 from the field. Of them, 5 of 16 from the three-point line. New Bremen 17 of 45, a little bit better percentage. 6 of 20 though from three-point range. Free throws, both teams shot very well. Hardin Northern 9 of 10, New Bremen 12 of 14. New Bremen in the fourth quarter makes 7 of 8 as Hardin Northern kind of fouled them, trying to get them to miss late in the game. Didn't happen. Rebound in favor of New Bremen. Much better job for the Cardinals in the second half. They had a lot of defensive rebounds, especially in the third quarter where New Bremen outscored Hardin Northern by 12. Hardin Northern didn't make turnovers in the third quarter, just couldn't buy a bucket. New Bremen did a nice job rebounding those misses, and that rebounding margin helped them secure that lead in the third quarter and hang on to it. Turnovers you see there, Bremen are just too many. You'll have to clean that up, but a competitive game, a big part of that for Hardin Northern. They're ahead of the snake, if you will. Maddie Grappy finishes with 25 points. She leads all scorers, and she kind of kept them in the game, especially in the fourth quarter, hitting 8 of 8 from the foul line, hitting a three-pointer, went to the basket hard, and New Bremen found it tough to stop her. But she finished with 25. Her teammate, senior for the Polar Bears, Quinn Stewart-Evans with 12. And the only other Polar Bear to score was Eris McCoy with 3. So that's her total of 40. 25 for Grappy, 12 for Stewart-Evans, and 3 for McCoy. For New Bremen, 8 players score. So you look at 3 for Polar Bears, 8 for the Cardinals score. 3 players in double figures. Ellie Reckerman had 11. Also, Madison Cordonier, 11. 10 points from Kira Berkey. 8 from Aaliyah Truman off the bench. 6 from Katie Howe. 2 from Kaylee Friend. 2 from Lily Leonards. And 2 from Chloe Bornhorst, their total of 52.
It's time now for our player of the game, and this one was really tough.
Yeah, there are a number of New Bremen players that played well, and we're going to go with the junior, 5'10", number 3, Ellie Rechterman with 11 points. Had a rough first quarter, had some shots inside where she couldn't get them to drop, but very consistent afterwards. She had 4 points in the second quarter, 4 points in the third quarter, 3 points in the fourth quarter, and they went to her in the post, in the paint in that third quarter, and she contributed, played some good defense as well. Just an all-around good game, consistent, battled back after a rough first quarter, if you will, but finished strong for the Bremen Cardinals. Congratulations to number 3, Ellie Rechterman, your player of the game tonight.
She came on strong in the paint. Her average coming into this game,
6,
just over 6 a game. Finishes
she damn
with
or darn near
11.
doubles it.
Absolutely. Again, the final: New Bremen over Hardin Northern, 52-40. They will advance to take on New Knoxville Saturday night. For all the folks here that made this game possible, Mark Fissel, our assistant director, Bryce Hamrick, director Scott Robinson, for my partner Jeff Hinchin, I'm Dean Jackson. Until next time, so long, everybody.